Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem HaKakodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles, the great millstone that rule well. Peace and salutations to the elect of Israel. To you I say Shalom. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying to the flock of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai. You see the headline, major story in Canada. You may not hear much about it in the U.S. and Babylon. The major story in Canada right now is thousands opposed to rules converge on Parliament Hill. Now, Parliament Hill is like it's the equivalent of the White House over here. It's where basically they pass all their laws. And I believe the word Parliament goes back to a group of owls, all right, a collection of owls. So this is all, Parliament is really a shadow hand of the elite, right? So what they do is they use politicians as puppets to pass the laws they want. And one of the laws is this mandate. Now, these thousands are actually truck drivers, right? A convoy of thousands of truck drivers and other protesters converged on Parliament Hill Saturday to call for an end of the mandates and other public health restrictions. A raucous demonstration that has police on high alert for possible violence, even as organizers urged the crowd to be peaceful. All right, so allegedly over 50,000 trucks have converged on Parliament Hill in Ottawa, Canada. All right, so let's go to Google Maps real quick, and we're gonna zoom in on Ottawa. We got the traffic filter on. So if you zoom in, Parliament is right around here, but the roads are closed. Now the roads aren't closed because the police, but these roads are closed because of these truck drivers are parking on the streets until so-called mandates are lifted. All right, you got even roads closed over here. Now, again, the estimate is over 50,000 trucks. So 50,000 trucks block off these roads. It's going to hurt a lot of things. It's going to hurt the economy because people won't be able to get to and from work as easy. But a lot of people have the access to work from home. All right, but what else is going to hurt is these truck drivers actually came from all the way on the west side of Canada. So they started in British Columbia, I believe, or Edmonton. And they drove, as they were driving, more truck drivers joined them, and they all converged in Ottawa. Now, if these truck drivers are all here, who's delivering the food to the supermarkets and to the restaurants? All right? This is another sign of the end. All right? Second Ezra chapter 15. I'm sorry, 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hand. Now I was talking about civil war, martial law, actual war, right? Because one people regarding nations, or a type of people, right? But that's coming too. We're just at the foreshadowing of everything, man. Of everything all coming, unfolding, all happening, right? Verse 16, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Sedition meaning going back to doing the opposite of what the government says, going against the government, going against the rulers. So right now, they actually invaded, or I should say, converged at Parliament Hill, which is basically where their so-called prince or king resides, man. All right, because Canada doesn't have kings or presidents; they have a prime minister, which is the same thing, almost like a president or a king. Again, he's used by the elite, but even so, he's still part of the plan. So they invaded on Parliament Hill, hoping to change the laws, which would be sedition. In the course of the actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Again, if you go back to Google Maps, how are you going to get to these places? let's say somebody from over here around the whole hospital wanted to get over here to the National Museum. The bridges are closed, or this bridge is open, but you got a high amount of traffic. These roads, they basically shut it down. Roads are extremely impactful on economies because roads were originally built to travel in between cities, but for trading and commerce. Now you shut down roads, you shut down economies. All right, and now if you shut down roads with trucks, you're gonna cause famine as well, man. If you jump up to 2nd Ezra 15, I'm sorry, verse 5. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. Famine is one of the plagues Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is going to bring upon this place to show that he's coming, man. And now if you have sedition among men, people going against the government because of their unrighteous laws, right? You also have, you're also about to start seeing famine. Now, if these truck drivers aren't delivering food to the supermarkets, things are going to die, right? Because food doesn't last forever. Fresh food doesn't last forever. So if the supermarket only holds 3 days of food, right, after 3 days, they're going to run empty. And if the crops aren't able to be delivered to the place where they need to be sold at or consumed at, those crops are going to die. And now you're in the beginning of winter, so you can't plant new crops now. You still depending on the harvest from last summer and spring, all right, and the fall. So now this could cause famine, right? And Lord willing, it does, because the more these prophecies pop off, the closer we are to the end, man. All right, but if you go to Twitter and you type in Freedom Convoy #Freedom Convoy 2022, you can see pictures of how many people are actually out there, man. Let me go to latest or photos, Slakia. They said 50,000 trucks, but see, this is just one area. Look at this. All these roads are blocked off. Again, this is just one street. All these trucks are coming in or heading to Ottawa. You got cars parked on the side of the road showing the support of the people. As you can see people on the bridge here just waving people as they drive by, man. All right. But as they're waving, destruction is coming, man. Let me get one more. I'm gonna wrap it up, Lord willing. This is Lamentations chapter 4 and verse 9. They that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger, for these pine away, stricken through the want of the fruits of the field. All right, so it's better to die of the sword. Maybe a painful death, but it'll be quicker than dying of hunger, because it could take months for you to die of hunger. All right, some people go without food some people actually take water fast for over 30 days, right? So they could go without eating for 30 days, but the average person can't go 4 hours without eating something, man. So imagine that same average person not having access to food at all. Before he dies, he's gonna go crazy. When the reality sets in that his next meal isn't guaranteed, he's gonna go into survival mode, right? He's gonna think about himself and his family first, and everybody else will be enemies, man. That's why the scripture says, man shall evade his neighbor for lack of bread, man. All right. Actually, let me go to that real quick. 2nd Ezra 15. Back to 2nd Ezra 15. I'm going to start again at 17. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Again, we've seen the maps. All the roads are closed. For because of the prized city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. And then, again, but this is specifically going into martial law. But we see the foreshadowing of these roads closed. You're not going to be able to access things. You're not going to be able to have food. These truck drivers, there was a video of one truck driver being interviewed. He said, they asked him, how long are you willing to stay here? He said, I'll stay as long as it takes. I got enough supplies to last for a few weeks. All right, because these truck drivers are carrying supplies. But these same supplies are not going to the stores, though. Or aren't being able to be delivered to the stores. All right, verse 19. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of lack of bread and for great tribulation. All right, a man's going to have no pity on his neighbor when he realizes his next meal isn't guaranteed. When he realizes his dollar has collapsed and he needs to take the CHIP in order to buy stuff, to buy and sell goods, he's gonna all pity's gonna be cast away, man, because he's gonna realize he needs to survive no matter any means necessary. It's gonna all social laws, societal laws, morals, it's gonna go out the window in this time, man. Second is 15:19. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread for great tribulation. But I'm gonna wrap it up with that. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Again, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles, a great millstone that rule well. And peace and salutation to the elect of Israel. Until next time, I want to say Shalom and Abad Babal.